The U.S. Chamber of Commerce now calling for the end of the $300 weekly supplemental unemployment benefit. Our Eamon Javers just spoke with Chamber and has a first on CNBC for us. Eamon.
Yeah, David, that's right. I spoke with Neil Bradley. He's the executive vice president of the Chamber of Commerce just a couple of minutes ago. And he said that, this unemployment benefit, it might have been the right time last year to do that, but now the time has passed. They're calling for an end to this supplemental $300 a week in payments to workers, saying there's simply a worker shortage in this country. But I asked him, though, isn't there a wage shortage? If you're struggling to get people to come out to work, isn't that more about wages than it is about workers? Here's what he said.
Wages were a bright spot in this jobs report, right? So, wages were up about 0.7% here. So employers are responding. But remember, now employers are having to compete not just with each other for workers, they're competing with the government, who is paying people more not to work than they made working.
Neil Bradley is saying that workers here are really benefiting from this hot labor market. But for companies, it's really stressful. He said companies are struggling to get people to show up for interviews. They're paying bonuses to get people to interview. He said he even talked to one construction executive who said that he's just simply not taking new bids for new projects because he can't guarantee he's going to have the workers there to do the work. So the solution here from the U.S. Chamber's perspective, guys, is to lower that weekly unemployment benefit. And they say the time is now. And this jobs report is an indication of why that is. Back over to you.
Yeah, it's interesting, Eamon. It's obviously been a topic of discussion this morning, including with the Labor Secretary, Marty Walsh, earlier. But, we had Jan Hatzius, chief economist of Goldman Sachs, join us a little while ago. He points to seasonality and a number of other things, not necessarily this idea that people are being paid to stay home as the key reason why it came in with such a significant shortfall of expectations.
Yeah, look, that's right. And the Chamber of Commerce has been against these ideas from the start, right? They lobbied against some of these supplemental unemployment provisions early on in the negotiations around the package of relief to begin with, arguing that just this very thing would happen. So to some extent, they're making the point here that, they were right all along about this. But from their perspective, they're saying, look, we're simply paying workers too much from the government, and companies can't compete with that.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.